Hello, I'm here on Church Street, McDonald's End, on this rainy, busy now, it wasn't before, Wednesday afternoon. To my previous video where I explained about our unique Scouse culture being unravelled backwards and being woven back together, where it's going to represent something completely different, something a million miles from Scouse culture and from any Scouse community here in our glorious city. It will be unravelled. It's in the unravelling process now, right? And it will be wound, the cultural changes have their way, it will be wound back together again, as I said, representing something a million miles away from a Scouse city. And that's why it's important, ladies and gentlemen, we all oppose further cultural change of our glorious city. Too many new arrivals are coming into our city with different ways, beliefs, value, standards, who've no intentions whatsoever of embracing the Scouse fam. They're incompatible with our Scouse ways, never have been, never will be. In fact, they don't want to be. They don't want to embrace the Scouse fam. So we've watched across the country other unique communities, let's say Hare Hills, Leeds, West Yorkshire. That was once a proud Yorkshire community with its own ways, beliefs, values, standards, customs, traditions, identity, culture. We'll call it culture, right? So instead of saying all them words, I'll just use culture, but you see where I'm coming from, right? That was Hare Hills, says an example. That was its unique traditions, ways, beliefs, values, standards, identity, traditions, whatever. Its unique culture has been unravelled by the cultural changes, woven back together again, a million miles away from what it originally looked like and was, as a Yorkshire, proud Yorkshire, unique Yorkshire community. That's what's happened, right? Now we see the same happening here in our glorious city, in the once proud working class Scouse community of Kensington and Fairfield. The community, the culture there, let's call it, right, which is basically the same across the city, but I'll just use that as an example. The culture in Kensington is being unravelled backwards, and now it's in the process of being woven together, where it will represent and is something completely different to all who remember Kensington and Fairfield a decade ago or so. So like I say, that's why it's important. We've got to oppose further cultural change. We oppose it, ladies and gentlemen, by finding candidates opposed to further cultural change, reliable, credible, and give them your vote. The only party at the moment is Reform UK. It's not perfect, but which one is? Nigel Farage is not perfect, but who is? Right? In my opinion, that's the party you need to vote for. That's the party you need to get involved in. Forget about protests at the Pier Head or other silly demos that achieve zilch. Joe Owens done all the protests in the 70s and 80s and achieved nothing, right? Don't waste your time with things like that. And I question the motives of those calling for these protests. But again, that's up to you. I know people are frustrated. We can't wait for elections, Joe. How long's that going to be? Well, it's the only way we're going to change things. Why do you think Tweedledee and Tweedledum all entered into the electoral process? Because it works. It puts you in power. So anyway, get involved with Reform UK, or vote for a candidate, if he's not in Reform UK, that you believe is credible, reliable, and opposed to further cultural change. Because what is happening, we see what is happening now in Kensington and Fairfield. As a prime example, it's been culturally unravelled and woven back together, where it's no longer a Scouse community. I don't know what type of community it is, but it's not a Scouse one. We've watched this happen right across the country. As I've said, the town of Wembley and the borough of Brent, London, That's been well and truly unravelled and woven back together to now represent somewhere a million miles away from what it originally was. A proud, unique Cockney London community that's now been replaced, right? Too many new arrivals came into that community. The community put trust in their politicians. We'll sort it out, don't worry. And the rest is history. It's been fully unravelled and fully woven back together to represent a completely different place to it once was. The same is now happening here in our glorious city, right? Kensington and Fairfield is being culturally changed. Everyone can see it is. That everyone knows it is. It's not Joe Owens making this up, it's real and present. These politicians won't say anything. They will be coming to our aid or our help, right? They're going to abandon us. They have abandoned us. Ian Bain, you know the end result of cultural change. Yeah, you're remaining, in fact, you're not only remaining silent, you're encouraging the same here. It's truly bizarre, it really is. Right? You know the end result of cultural change. Yeah, you're encouraging that change for our city. Why? Why are you doing that? What's in it for you? All of you is Dan Carden, a lot of you is Paula Barker, Kim Johnson. Why are you pushing this? Liam Robinson, Wendy Simon, Liz Parsons, councillors. Why are you pushing for this change, this cultural change? Why do you want it? You know the end result. The end result is bad. Division, mistrust, parallel lives. No more Scousers anymore. It will just be a place that is Scouse in, as we all know it is. Shield Road will still be there, the Shield Park pub will still be there and whatever, yeah, but it'll never be Kensington in the true sense of the word again. You all know it won't be. You councillors for that community, the MP for that constituency, you all know what is happening to our city, yet you're not only remaining silent, you're encouraging it. So, as I say, further to my previous video, what is happening and what has happened to other unique communities across the country is our unique Scouse culture is being unravelled backwards and it's being woven back together again, where it's going to create something completely a million miles away from its originality. It will no longer be a Scouse community. In fact, it's approaching that now, where it's lost its Scouse status. So Joe Owens, you see where he's coming from now. I'm not here for trouble or racism, far right, or prejudice, or picking on anyone. Far from it. As I said before, small numbers of new arrivals could have easily fitted in to our glorious city, but that's not what's happened. Too many, and too many is now and has and is changing long-standing proud Scouse communities. There's no hope, I'm afraid, for Kensington and Fairfield. That'll be fully unravelled and woven into something completely different. How dare you do this to a once proud Scouse working class community? How dare you do this? You don't have the right to do it. And you're in the process of allowing this cultural unravelment, if that's the word. You're allowing it to happen in other long-standing proud Scouse communities. Breck Road, County Road, Prescott Road, West Derby Road. Anyway, don't want to get too emotional, but you can see where I'm coming from. Why are they allowing this to happen in a city they profess to love? Because it will no longer, long-term, look like the Liverpool we all remember, right? We were all born into, the one we all love, right? It'll be another Hare Hills, it'll be another Wembley, it'll be all these other places we see now that are being culturally changed, culturally unravelled and woven back into something completely different, where mistrust, division, parallel lives, fear prevail. We can't allow that to happen to our glorious city. Our city belongs to our children, grandchildren, and all those wonderful Scousers yet to be born. Remember, no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.